American singer-songwriter Johnny Gill is coming to South Africa. He has sold over 15 million copies worldwide as a solo artist. He's a sixth and final member of the R&B and pop group New Edition and was also a member of the supergroup called LSG with Gerald, Levert and Keith Sweat. I spoke to him earlier this week about the upcoming tour and his thoughts on the Sean P. Diddy Combs accusations. Mr. Johnny Gill, thanks so much for speaking to us on Newsfeed. Absolutely delighted that you're going to be coming to South Africa, as are millions of your fans. What does it mean for you to be coming down to South Africa?
Well, it's been too long, first of all. And as much as I love South Africa, I am so happy and elated finally to get an invite to come and do what I've been doing now for 41 years. I mean, who knew?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I've followed your music from my age as a little boy. So we are going to touch a little bit on New Edition at some point and see if that's a reasonable question on a comeback. But what can your South African fans expect from you in those two performances?
Well, I like to take my audience on a journey. We're gonna do some tributes. We're gonna do some partying. We're gonna do some worship, praise and worship. We're gonna do it. It's a combination of everything. I go, and when I go. And I don't like leaving off that stage unless I feel like that I've had a great time and that I've left everything I have on that stage. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Now, Johnny, you perform across the planet. Are your fans in any particular locale any different?
Are the fans any different? I mean, obviously when you go across the country and you're, playing different places, it's a different experience, different energy. But ultimately, they said music is universal. And if you ever want to see that and witness that, travel all over the world, people who can't speak the same language, but when you start a song, singing a song, they all can sing the song, the melody, the words. And it's like, it is the most amazing experience you'll ever have, can ever experience.
Now, I want to touch a little bit on the pandemic, because that's in many ways changed how people perform or prepare for shows across the world. It was obviously a time where many musicians weren't able to earn a living. Has that in any way impacted how you perform, just how much you appreciate your fans coming out to a place like South Africa, which is on the other side of the world for you?
Not in a performance side per se, because when you're performing, I just think just give you a great appreciation when you've had that experience of going through life and watching the world shut down. And one thing to have and be put in a place where you wonder if we're going to ever be the same again. Will you ever be able to go out on the stage and be able to perform and have a great time and put smiles on people's faces? All those things gave for me a new attitude and a great appreciation. The performance side of things, been doing it for years, and this is just what I enjoy doing.
Now, one would imagine that they talk about the more experienced you are naturally, the better you are at your craft. How has your performance changed over the years? I mean, you've talked about being in the game for 41 years. So I'd imagine 41 years ago you were a little bit of a novice. Now you're a legend. How does that impact how you perform?
Well, naturally for me, it's just you live longer, you experience longer, you got more to talk about. You got more to sing about, you got more reasons to be able to convey your story and to understand that there's so many other people that have the same thing. We have the same thing in common. Love, live, life, and losses. We all go through them. So you live long enough and those experiences pile up, and it helps to craft and who I am as an artist, and it's a blessing. It's a blessing.
Johnny, South Africa has a rich musical heritage. Have you at any point considered collaborating with any South African artists?
I would absolutely love to, and I haven't had an opportunity nor an invite, but I sure would, absolutely.
Now, you've built a strong legacy with your music. How do you continue to connect with younger audiences while staying true to who Johnny Gill is?
If there was I think if we had the secret sauce to that, I think, man, there's no telling where I would be at this point of my life or career. But the reality is just You said it. You said the key word, truth. Staying true to who I am. I think great music can withstand the test of time, and that's why a lot of songs and classics artists, though they didn't grow up, kids didn't grow up in their era, they have a great appreciation simply because they learned from their parents, from their grandparents, to whomever, uncles and aunts. And I think that a great song, a great artist can withstand the test of time and still connect with younger generations. And as long as the music is being kept alive, the legacy is being kept alive, I think young people will discover it. And I think that's probably what has happened over the years.
Now, the dress code for this particular concert, or the two shows that you're performing in South Africa, is red or black, which obviously speaks to a touch of romance, I'd imagine. Care to share what inspired red or black?
Uh, Red represents a symbol of love to me. It's just something that I think I've grown up as a kid, just kind of connecting, identifying that with. And and so it allows me, I think, from a psychological standpoint, you feel almost like when you see a red light that's on, you see a red outfit, anything that's red, it kind of symbolizes, gives you, to me, it really represents power and a number of things, but more importantly to me, it really resonates with me as with just love. Even the heart is red. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think that's what psychologically for me, that's what I connect with.
John, I want to take you back, excuse me, many years ago to New Edition, one of the world's first boy bands, phenomenal group. Any chance that we can see New Edition coming back together in the immediate future?
Well, we're touring. We as a matter of fact, we just finished playing Denver a few weeks ago. We have a residency in Las Vegas that we start back up at the end of October. We started last March, and we did 2 years of a successful, huge tour that has been out, and it's with all six. So it's been great. It's been a great, and we've been having a good time on top of it, and it's all six of us.
This South Africa, does Africa present an opportunity for you to tour as New Edition?
You know, it's crazy. We we haven't had the offers, the invites to come, and the craziest thing is I've been uh, as a solo artist, but has never had an opportunity to experience that with with my brothers as well. Sometimes it's weird how different markets operate, but for us, the guys are all absolutely open and would love to come to South Africa. Are you kidding me?
Obviously, that's something that we'd all look forward to. So just to move away from your performance and coming to South Africa in a few days' time, the entire world at the moment is focusing a lot on Diddy and what's transpired in his life, the many allegations that have been leveled against him. Would you care to comment on what your thoughts are? What do you think he's going through at this time?
Um, you know, I'm not in his shoes, so I couldn't tell you what he's going through because I've known him for many years, and I've never, uh, we did at one point. New Edition was on his label, and we had our battles with him, but ultimately he gave us a great opportunity to get back in the marketplace. I can say, if all of this is true, I don't feel sorry for him. I'm saddened. I'm saddened that a black man who has has made such an impact on the culture and have had a great opportunity to set the bar and have set the bar and open doors for so many, that this is what one's legacy will end up being, simply because it didn't have to be that way. Choices. I teach my son every day about making better decisions, making choices. And when you're conscious of those things, you realize and understand you can live with whatever the outcome of it is. But we have to learn to be aware and conscious of our choices and decisions that we make. And clearly, what choices and decisions that he made, he has to live with those at this point.
Now, we go back several months. R. Kelly, similar issues. We also know that Bill Cosby faced similar issues. Is this a trend, do you think, with artists that have reached a certain level of success?
No, no, it's definitely not a trend. We are a product of our environment, and some of us have grown up in places and have gone through life and have had whatever the traumas that you've gone through that it's impacted people's lives even as an adult. And what happens is, you know, I've often say this, and I said this just recently to a friend of mine. I watched a dear friend of mine who became huge, huge, huge by the name, he's my brother, Tyler
Mm.
Perry. I watched him and knew him for years before he started shooting movies. And he was doing plays and he was hugely successful. I've been around to see him help people that didn't know where the help was coming from. He saw the family home burned down on the news, or someone was, and he would reach out, help, and they wouldn't even know where the help came from. When he became Tyler, the superstar, movie star, what do you want to call him?
Mm.
Nothing surprised me about the amazing things he was doing to help more people in the community and the stuff that he was doing. Nothing surprised me about that because that's just who he was. Success don't change you. It only embellishes who you are. I think if you're a great person, you can become a greater person. I think if you're a foul person, you'll become a bigger and a worse foul person. I believe that truly. So what people are and who they are, I think that's just what it is. Um, and we have to accept that. We have to learn to accept that. I would hope and pray that when you have these great opportunities, that maybe you can re-examine your choices and decisions and decide to do something different with your life. You know what I'm saying? It is important. And I think that at the end of the day here, that is what it really boils down to, the individual. And I don't think it's about the money. It's just what you and who you are made of and what you're made from and where you come from.
All right, Johnny. Now, just last thing before we let you go, message to your fans, the hundreds and thousands that are looking forward to your arrival in a few days.
I can't wait. I'm just excited and I can't wait. And I pray everyone come out and experience this wonderful experience that I'm going to be experiencing. We can experience this together. I just wish I could come even more often because I love South Africa. I love just, you know, the energy, the people, and my best times, my greatest time of being here was being on that stage and watching the thousands of people just having a great time. And I thought for sure, I was like, well, I know I'll be back soon. It's been too long.
Johnny, appreciate your time. Thanks so much for speaking to us.
Thank you.